So today's experiment is determination of pKa value of weak acid using pH meter. That is, the analyte sample given today is a weak acid. Weak acid means the acid which ionizes incompletely or partially. For example, acetic acid or formic acid. So we will give you the acetic acid or formic acid, a known volume of it will be given here in the beaker. See, weak acid will be given in the beaker. You need to take it in the beaker, and then you should take sodium hydroxide. A given standard solution is filled in the burette. Okay, so these are the two reactants we are reacting with each other, and the readings are noted down in an instrument called pH meter. So pH meter shows pH readings, and through the measurement of pH you can calculate pKa, because pH and pKa are related with each other by an equation called Henderson-Hasselbalch equation. Therefore we are using pH meter. So to calculate the pH of this reaction we require the electrode, and the electrode that we are using here is a combined electrode. It's a combination of the glass electrode, which is a hydrogen ion sensitive electrode, as well as the calomel electrode. You can see the blue color here. The calomel electrode is inside the glass electrode. So this is a special type of electrode that we are using, which constitutes both glass as well as calomel electrode. Here glass is a indicator electrode and calomel is a reference electrode. Okay, so using the combination electrode and pH meter, let's calculate the pKa value of weak acid. The procedure goes like this. To the given weak acid, dip the combination electrode or immerse the combination electrode completely. We are already having the magnetic bit inside the weak acid, so start the magnetic stirrer. Okay, and then to the given volume of weak acid add 2 test tubes of distilled water. So just to increase the volume and completely dip the electrode here, we are adding 2 test tube of distilled water. So after adding 2 test tube of distilled water, note down the pH reading shown in the pH meter. Okay, so the tabular columns are made like this. Here in the first column we are having the volume of NaOH as usual, 0, 0.5, 1, 1.5 in the microburette, and then the second column is pH reading, where you need to note down the first reading for the 0 ml addition. So it is 2.71. 2.71. Note down the pH reading. Now you slowly and accurately add the 0.5 ml of sodium hydroxide, and you can see the change. Sodium hydroxide, being a strong acid, reacts with weak acid. Strong base reacts with a weak acid. Okay, so it neutralizes it, and hence there is an increase in the pH value, and you can note down that increase in the pH value. I am noting it down, 3.21. 3.21. So next 0.5 ml goes like that from the burette. Okay, so next the increase 3.53. Okay, so you need only few seconds so that it attains the constant value. Yes, that constant increase in the value should be noted. So next 0.5 ml, and note down the reading, 3.68. The next 0.5 ml. So in this way go on adding the reading. Okay, and note down the reading until all the weak acid is completely neutralized by your sodium hydroxide. And when all the weak acid is completely neutralized, you got the end point. And at that end point, you can see the jump in the reading. Sudden jump in the reading here also indicates the equivalence point or end point. So it's gradually increasing, 4.29, 4.44, 4.6, okay, and next 0.5 ml up to 4 ml I have added. The reading 4.76. You just wait for 5 seconds. You can see the gradual increase there. Next 4.5 I have added. You can see the reading 5.25. Next 0.5 ml. So 5.25. So there is a gradual increase in the beginning, but you can see here after the neutralization reaction, when we get the end point, there is a sudden jump in the reading. 4.4, 4.7, 5.2. Okay, now it is 8.95. So this is the jump in the reading, and you all know after the jump again take few more readings. Okay, 8.95 to 10.26. Okay, and next 0.5 ml. To plot a graph we require few more points, so I am adding. Okay, and you can see the readings again becomes gradual. The increase again becomes gradual. Here only base is left, and for the base pH value is more, so you are having the higher value, but the increase is gradual. So 10.6, 9, 10.75, like this. Go. After the increase in the value, you take few more, 3 to 4 more readings. The rest thing is calculation, where you need to calculate delta pH, delta V, and then find delta pH by delta V. How to calculate delta pH? The difference between the two successive readings. First, you put a dash because there is no other successive value in the top. Okay. So next 3.21 minus 2.71. Note down this reading here. 3.53 minus 3.21. So here. So go on calculating the difference here and note it down under delta pH. Next, delta V. What is delta V? Observe the first column. 0.5 minus 0, 0.5. 1 minus 0.5, 0.5. So it remains same. So I am writing it as 0.5. And then divide the value that you got here in the third column, delta pH, by 0.5. You get delta pH by delta V. Now I am having the reference here. I have calculated the delta pH for the readings, and I have got here the jump reading as it is. Okay. So now for this, when we plot a graph, so here there is two graphs to be plotted for pHmetry and no calculation. In the first graph, delta pH by delta V versus volume of NaOH is plotted, where you get the equivalence point. The peak represents the equivalence point. But in the second graph, you plot the volume of NaOH against pH directly. The pH value that is obtained in the second column is directly taken along y-axis. And you can see this S-shaped curve here, and again you can see the EP or the jump in the value remains same. So you can compare it with the first graph. Here it is 5 and here it is also 5. So now after noting down EP in the second graph, mark HEP. HEP means half equivalence point. Okay, if you get 5 here, the HEP is 2.5. If you get 4, 2, like that. So mark the half equivalence point, and then join the half equivalence point to the curve and move it horizontally to meet pH axis, which is a pKa value. So because why we are equating that pH value to the pKa, because in the Henderson-Hasselbalch equation here pH becomes equal to pKa at half equivalence point. This is HEP. At half equivalence point, what happens? The concentration of this salt becomes is equal to acid. So when numerator and denominator are same, log 1 becomes 0. So pH becomes equal to pKa, and thus we calculated pKa in terms of pH. So this is our determination of pKa value of weak acid using pH meter. Thank you.